What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Last time, we have figured out that... Okay, first of all, let's take it one step at a time. The parrot heard the correct order of sounds at the crime scene. And what they said at the end wasn't Goldor, it was Godor. And we looked up in the Grand Grimoire what Godor does, and Godor creates a portal between two green walls. Now, Phoenix has just proven that there was, in fact, green on one side of the wall, and green on the side behind the painting in the room where the crime occurred. And that's what it is. Here we go, back into the case. But now it's clear what it was. At the time of the incident, a portal opened up behind that painting. In other words, that was the wall utilized for the spell Godor. Listen to that organ go. Go organ, go organ. Ba 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 bee ba bee ba 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 ba. Shit's getting serious. You're certainly persistent. You just want a portal to be there so much, don't you? You just want so bad! The wall behind the painting was green, and that's a fact. Incidentally, I remember that painting well. It was a small landscape piece. About the size of, say, an open Grand Grimoire. Yes, it was about that size indeed. A small, adorable picture. Even if a portal had opened in that small patch of green, no person would be able to pass through it. In fact, they'd just about be able to put their arm through at the most. So will you please explain how a witch could possibly have escaped through a portal this small? He's right, Mr. Wright. No one could have gotten through a portal that small. Have you anything to say, or are you so crushed by the realization of your mistake that words fail you? The portal was too small for a person. It doesn't require much thinking to figure that out. Burn. But that aside, a very obvious question remains. If it wasn't a human, then what could have passed through that portal? You have put an interesting spin on things. Why don't you answer your own question? You talk as if you know everything, so please enlighten us. A small portal was opened in the wall at the crime scene. And I have all the clues as to what that could mean. What went through the portal was something else. No human could have passed. What the reasoning behind that is, I think it is the familiar. The familiar. I think that's what it was. That no human could have passed through a portal that small. Even a witch couldn't have pulled it off. So are you finally forsaking your mistaken assumptions? I haven't finished, a-hole. The fact remains that something else could have passed through that portal. And what would that be, Sir Blue Knight? The portal was created after the professor had been turned into gold. The witch had a good reason behind that. She must have had had to move something through that portal. What would she have moved? The scepter? No. I don't know. Another staff? That could be it. They could have swapped staves. Wait. I don't know yet. You have captured my curiosity. I'd like to know what passed through the portal. Tell us, what did the witch use that magic portal for? I was gonna present this, but I'm pretty worried.
Take that!
Maybe it, oh no, that's, oh shoot. Alright. I think he's just gonna, I think I'm gonna take the hit. I'm trying to skim through if that's what it is. Yes, portal, never show up again. Alright, you burned me good. I'm insulted a little bit. I'm hurt, my personal feelings. I'm crying a little inside. I lost my shield. I'm losing my credibility. Thank you. Okay, go. Okay. Or could something have entered the room through it? Yeah, the staff! It's the scepter! It's the scepter! Point at the scepter. Point. Come on.
Take that!
Okay. Considering the state of the crime scene, there is just one possible answer. And that is the Talia Magica.
Objection!
What's this now? The Talia Magica was found at the crime scene. A portal has nothing to do with it.
Objection!
Inquisitor Bonham, you're making the wrong assumption. The witch wasn't trying to remove evidence from the crime scene. She wanted to plant it. She threw the scepter into the room through that portal.
Objection!
You and your crazy theories. Do you even realize what you're saying? If she threw the staff into the room, that means... Exactly. She did it to deceive us. Her goal was to make us draw the wrong conclusions. When the incident took place, the witch herself wasn't in the room. She cast the spell from outside! That's how I would have responded in a courtroom. And that's not all. There's even more proof that the staff was thrown into the room from the outside. What proof? That proof is none other than Professor Layton's previously severed right arm. The victim's arm? How does that prove anything? None of the witnesses have testified that they saw the witch's scepter. However, a few of them claim to have heard it rattling across the floor. That's right. Please take a look at this floor plan. Since the arm was standing upright there, no, the defendant couldn't have been the one to have dropped the scepter. Now think about it. Where would you need to drop the scepter from in order for it to end up here? Oh! That's right. The scepter could only have come from the small portal created by the spell Godor. It's all coming together nicely. This is most unexpected. The witch wasn't in the room when the crime occurred. Or at least that's the defense's claim. It's the only thing that explains all the contradictions we run into.
Objection!
Sir Blue Knight, with that imagination of yours, you could aspire to write fantasy stories. A nice try, I must admit. However, this line of assertion is futile. There is a glaring contradiction in your words. Another contradiction? What are you referring to, Inquisitor Barnum? This is the Talia Magica that was used in this incident. As we have established, there are 2 magic gems in it. One for the gold transmutation spell, Goldor, and one for the shadow familiar spell, Famalia. A witch in possession of the staff would not have been able to cast Godor. Yes, you're absolutely right. But you can't write off all the evidence supporting my theory as mere coincidence. Why must your agreement always be followed by a but? What I'm getting at is, this Talia Magica is not genuine. That's right. And naturally, the one responsible for this deception is the real culprit of the crime. Enough of the suspense. It's too much for a man my age. The defense shall reveal what is meant by this so-called deception. Wait. Oh, is it the shape of the gems? Which... Okay, so one of the gems is a fake, so I just have to decide which one. Is it this one? I don't know. Hold on. Which one should I go for?
Got it!
First, I want to clarify one thing. Can we be certain that the Talia Magica in question is authentic? Without doubt. The metal rod in its center is called the Spina Magica? Spina, that makes more sense, like a spine. Spina Magica. The witch's mark on its tip is clearly visible and highly detailed. It is impossible to forge even by the finest craftsmen in all Labyrinthia. I can guarantee you its authenticity. That leaves us with only one possibility. The forgery in question is the Famalia magic gem. What? A forged magic gem?
Objection!
That is an insult to our investigators.
Objection!
Only witches can use the power of these magic gems, can't they? So tell me, how can you know whether a magic gem is the real thing or not?
Objection!
Hold it there! We know for certain that the spell Godor was used. It is undoubtedly not forged. But what about Famalia? Did anyone actually see a familiar at the crime scene? That's... 3 months ago, when an investigation was carried out into Sir Belduke's death, the results yielded the following conclusion. The spell Famalia had been used to summon a familiar, which in turn carried out the murder. And the witch used exactly that to her advantage. Another similar incident at the same crime scene. Don't you think that would be the perfect opportunity for the witch to frame the defendant for her crimes? The defendant would be blamed for both the Professor and Sir Belduke's deaths, and she'd be taken for the real witch. Oh, I'm an old man. That was the real culprit's objective. Yeah, what you gonna say? There is a chapter in the Magic Archive, an old collection of tales of the occult, about the way to test whether or not a magic gem is genuine. How can we test it, my lord? It is very simple. A genuine magic gem is composed of a mineral with a density lower than that of pure water. All you need to do is see if the magic gem floats on water. That is simple indeed. All non-magic minerals in our world, with the exception of sepiolite and a few other special kinds, sink in water. All non-magical minerals sink. Alright. These eerily sparkling magic gems, however, will never sink when put into water. Bailiff, remove this magic gem for immediate examination. The magic gem's a fake? What's up with this trial? This is not how it was supposed to be. It's all right, darling. Don't cry. You'll get to see a witch burning today. Sir Bottom never disappoints. That's right. Come, child. You're 7. We can smell the searing flesh of a woman. Oh, society. If your theory is correct, this could be the biggest occult crime in history. But another important question remains. I wonder if you can answer it. Who is this supposed real witch that threw the Talia magic into the portal? The real witch. There's only one person that comes to mind. Frankly, I still find it hard to believe, but it's the only possibility. Once I indict her, there'll be no turning back. Knowing the consequences, should I give them her name? In Labyrinthia, witches are punished by fire. I know you think that's going too far. But even in a world that seems so insane to you, those who take the lives of others must be punished. That's a universal law, isn't it? The witch turned the professor into a golden statue, and that's not all. She took the life of the alchemist too, and now she's trying to pin the whole thing on Maya. Wow, it's like they're super supporting the death penalty here. I wonder how often Japan uses the death penalty. I don't remember, because it is used in Japan. It's used in China. It's used in Korea. I'm just going. Let's see. How often is it used in Europe? A lot. I have no idea what Europe's death penalty policies are. Several states in the U.S. use it, obviously. Okay, what am I talking about? Okay, shut up. Well then, defense, let us hear your theory. Who is the witch responsible for using Godor? See? I said it was Jean. Of course, it could be Miss Primstone, but that'd be silly. I say it's Jean. And this is the big twist.
Take that!
Because they say she's a guy, but we deduced last episode that he is probably a she. When you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be true. There's only one logical possibility. It has to be that person. The real witch is Jean Grey Earl. Grey Earl? I've heard that name somewhere. Wait, isn't that the butler who served Sir Belduke? That's correct. I am so glad we got that right. That means my guess way earlier was correct. Yeah, how many of you were with me on that one, huh? You seem to love rolling out these ridiculous suggestions, but you ignore the obvious. Jean Grey Earl is male. Is he, she? I say we put it to the test. Is it only females who can be witches? Are you daft? Of course it's only females. Never in the history of this court has there ever been a male witch. You're so utterly ignorant. You should be ashamed of yourself. Alright, well, I'd like to ask another question. Is Jean Grey Earl really a male? What a ludicrous question. The defense is certain that Jean Grey Earl is the witch responsible for using magic on Professor Layton.
Objection!
Will you stop fooling around? This is a groundless accusation.
Objection!
Groundless, you say? I'm afraid that's where you're wrong. At the time of the crime, Jean Grey Earl was in the room next to the alchemist's study. And one of the walls in that very room was painted green. It was? What's more, that green wall was the one adjacent to Sir Belduke's study. What? This is madness! Madness? This is Labyrinthia! That joke never goes out of style. When did that come out? 2008? 7? 6? Who knows? Inquisitor Bottom, quickly, have the butler summoned to the court. Bop, 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 bop. Have Jean Grey Earl bop, 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 bop. Here, immediate bop, bop, bop. I can't stop singing along. Certainly, my lord, it shall be done. Bop, 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 bop.
There is no need for that.
Some good old voice acting just before the video ends.
I am here. I shall come down right away.
Ah, it's you.
Well then, Mr. Wright, shall we begin?
Oh no! No, keep voice acting. No! The voice acting just started! Oh man. It would seem this trial has turned in a new direction. I think we all need a bit of time to take it in. We shall take a brief intermission. Inquisition, defense, sharpen your swords and wits to prepare yourselves for the next stage of this battle. Yes, your honor. It shall be done, my lord. By the time we resume, the examination into the magic gem should have ended as well. Now, the court is adjourned for a brief intermission. Very exciting. I'm trying to remember, does the to be continued lead to a new chapter? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's always a guarantee. Is it gonna ask me to save? I could use a save, it's been a while, yeah. How many hours has it been? Oh, it's only been, wait, hold on, that can't be accurate, hold on. Wow, okay, that was a huge jump, 3 hours ahead. We're only 15 hours into the game. It's probably at least 30 hours. Total guess though. But at our pace, I mean, unless I read like this, so it's gonna be that on my young butler. Unless I read that fast throughout every video, we're not gonna get that far, or that quickly. We are skipping a lot of puzzles though, all the optional ones anyways, for the sake of time. Or else this series will become a 200-parter. Which isn't, you know, bad, but a lot of episodes of me just going, how do you solve this puzzle? Okay, what am I talking about? Oh, actually, I think it's a perfect time to end the video, because it's been 19.5 minutes, and we just had that little to be continued. So, stay tuned for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!